All right, this is New Star Radio 98.7 FM and Smooth Fuego TV, and I'm joined here with...
The Bizzle, obviously.
Now here with Lethal B. Now, apart from your music career, you have blown up as like a social media celebrity as well. You got loads of different catchphrases. How did that all start? How did that come together?
It was very natural, to be fair. It wasn't really planned. I think I've just managed to engage with the public really cool. I think they kind of see a real organic, kind of ordinary, ordinary, just someone they can relate to, you know. Like, as much as I may be deemed as this celebrity, whatever, but I'm just a normal human being and I like to have fun. I don't take my life too seriously. And I think there's a part of me that expresses a side that I think people have in their everyday life, like bantering. Yeah. And I think, a lot of people in the public eye are probably too shy to express that little crazy side. And I don't really mind. And I think that's really captivated people's imagination and kind of like jumped on board of my little weird kind of blogs and words and stuff. So it's just very natural. I'm just more or less being myself. Sometimes I can be a bit crazy, but a lot of it is very natural. And I think that's why it's just organically just grown.
Okay, so how did you get started into music?
I first started into music, we're going years ago. If it just started as a hobby at first. It wasn't really, at the time I started, that's all it could be really. There was no really like huge record deals or anything like that on the table. It was just having fun. And then as time went on, we started making songs and stuff. And then I started with More Fire Crew. Then we had the record Oi. And Oi was really the first kind of moment that made me say, yeah, this is what I want to do properly now. Because we charted and we made money. We toured around the country, around the world. And it made me feel like, well, okay, this is what I want to do. So that was probably the first time I really said, this is my career.
Okay, now you talked about More Fire Crew. Now, back in the day when Oi came out, you were like one of the first people. Like, I'm coming from Birmingham. Yeah, okay. I've seen on TV.
Oh, yeah, Birmingham was big for us.
Yeah, definitely. But you've now crossed over to a completely different audience from back then. When was the turning point for you when you realised, wow, how did I reach these people? Like some random person in a bush in Devon or something.
You know what? I think my video blogs. When I started video blogging, I started to see different fans. I started to see people just popping up from all over the place. And I just think it was, like I said, like just having that engagement with people in different ways. And I think the banter side, I think a lot of people, not even a lot, but a lot of the fans may not even known that I was a musician. They might just think there's a guy on YouTube who talks and he's funny and he says this stuff. And they probably watch it and think, oh yeah, he's funny. And they'll think, oh, he's a rapper. Yeah. And then vice versa, they'll do their research and find out he makes music or he's got a clothing line. So I think the video blogs is definitely... it's definitely changed my perception. Because my name Lethal Bizzle, when you hear that, you think, oh, Lethal Bizzle, like, who's this guy? Like, what's he gonna do? Like, even with like TV, I remember like a few years ago when I couldn't do no TV shows because they were like, oh, Lethal Bizzle, what's he gonna do? Like, pow, is he gonna shoot the place? Or what's he gonna do? So it's kind of like really changed the way people see me. They think, like, he's a cool guy, he makes real music, but he don't take himself too seriously. And I think that has definitely helped me spread the brand and made people a lot more. I made myself a bit more approachable and likable. Like even now, like I see when I was doing POW, it was a case of I had to go to clubs with bare guys because I didn't know if it was going to be beef. Yeah. Where now I walk on the street, it's just like, David, Dench, what's that? Yeah. So it's like I could just see how it's just transformed. Like people just are approaching me differently now. So yeah, I think definitely the online activities helped that.
Okay. Now let's talk about your latest single. You worked with probably one of my favorite, kind of UK producer, Distortion. I love.
Crazy.
He's crazy. The beats on that. Trust me.
He's mad.
And you also worked with Cherry V as well. Yeah. Brilliant singer. Yeah. How did that? Well, obviously, you've worked with Distortion in the past, but how did that collaboration come together and describe the single?
Yeah, I got introduced to Distortion by a friend of mine, and the first session was like, yo, let's do a session, let's get a writer in as well. Cherry happened to be the writer of his choice. I knew of her anyway, but he said, yeah, let's get her. I think he was working with her before because it got a cool little vibe. And then we went in, and that was the first song we did together. And she just nailed the chorus, and then we just done the verses, and he just done his thing around it, and then it was just so quick. And then we made like another 3 or 4 songs after that. So we've got more records that maybe singles will definitely be on the album. But yeah, Distortion is a special
crazy
kid.
Bass in it.
It's
crazy bass sound.
When you hear some of the new stuff we got coming, it's unreal. Because we made the drop a while ago. Like we made this like last year, and we just made some new stuff this year. There's a few songs that I think are going to be very, very, very special. I'm looking forward to them.
Okay, now I'd like to ask you more questions, but I know we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, it's mad busy.
Too busy. But I belong to a community station. We got a lot of coming rappers, singers, songwriters. What advice could you give them based on the things you've experienced?
Yeah, advice-wise, I would say, the obvious one is take advantage of what's around you. In terms of promoting your music, and getting yourself out there, which is predominantly one of the main things you need to do to be successful. You want people to hear you. Hopefully if they hear you, they'll like you, and then you build your fan base. So I would say don't wait for your label to come knock on the door, because them days are over. Because now they can see who's hot. They can see who's popping. They'll go online. They'll talk to the kids. They'll go on YouTube and see what's going on. So I feel just take advantage of everything, the YouTubes, the social medias. Build your own platform. Run your own record label independently until you get to a point where you feel, you know what, even scrap that. When you get to a point where you will willing to get signed, that you will get signed. That no one gets signed for no reason. If you're doing enough work, if you're making enough noise, people will come and see you. So I think just keep working and working and working until the right people come and see you, man. And you can almost, another thing I will say, you don't even need to be signed as well. Like, you could be independent. So you don't even have to wait for that guy to come and give you that check. You can do your own songs, put it on iTunes, do your own videos, get it on TV, put it on YouTube. Just almost run your own business until you feel you're at a point or at a stage where you want to take it to another level. But I think just keep going until that time comes. Don't sit down and wait for a man to come and be like, I'm going to sign you, because you'll be waiting forever.
Definitely. Well, that has been Lethal B. This is Smooth FUEGO TV, New Star Radio 98.7 FM. Would you like to tell the New Star Radio listeners, Smooth FUEGO TV watchers, where they can keep up to date with you? All your social medias, definitely. Everything. Also, your release dates for your singles, and we're going to go straight into playing the drop. So if you want to
obviously, you can check me out on the Twitter, which is Lethal Bizzle. Instagram is the same. Check me out on Snapchat, which is Dench Chat. And this is my new single, The Drop, featuring Cherry Von Cell, and it's out the 1st of June.